What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. Happy Easter to you if you're celebrating. Happy Easter, Judah.
Happy Easter, people.
This is What the Football, the show where we talk about, we try to talk about all things football as best as we can. And so, yeah, one of the big things we're going to talk about today is the game that everybody said was a title decider in the Premier League, but it decided nothing. So yeah, we'll talk about Manchester City versus Arsenal and a bunch of other football things. So shall we get into it?
Yes, please.
Let's get into it. This is What the Football. Judah.
Yes, boss.
How we doing?
We're good. Depending on what aspect of life you want to know about.
How's Chelsea doing?
Not good.
Okay.
Chelsea not good. At home to Burnley. Burnley is, I think, second from bottom.
Yeah.
You would expect that that would be 3 points for Chelsea. That's what you expect. And then the ref actually makes it a little easier and sends a Burnley player off towards the end of the first half. So they play all of the second half against 10 men and they end up drawing 2-2. So I don't think that is encouraging. That doesn't help the faith anybody has. By anybody, I mean the fans or the board or the owners have in Poch.
Mm-hmm.
To not have the mental, I don't know if it's just a mental thing, but to not be strong enough to win at home against a team that is as low as Burnley in the table and that was down to 10 men. I think it's not a good sign. So that's all I'd say. It's not a good sign. Really not a good sign. Really not a good sign.
Well, I was gonna say we don't have to get into it, but you just kind of like completely spilled out your heart. So I guess
about Poch?
No, about Chelsea. I was just gonna ask because they're like, hey, how's Chelsea doing? Not so great. Okay, we don't have to talk about it.
Well, I have spoken about it now, so we can just move on.
You just went ahead and spilled your guts. So
well, I did.
That's
yes.
okay.
And I did that in like 2 minutes. So I tried to save time. Right?
Let's go. Okay, that's fine.
Let's talk about guys who are fighting for something. Let's do that.
Okay.
Chelsea are fighting for nothing.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the title decider, as people call it.
Yeah.
Manchester City versus Arsenal. Let's get your thoughts first, and then I'll share mine.
To be honest, I was disappointed. That's me. I was disappointed in the game.
Not every match can be like the Chelsea versus City at home.
Yeah, I know. So like the Liverpool City game, the 1-1.
Yeah,
that was 1-1, but that was a great game.
Okay,
that was a great. So I'm not of the opinion that every game has to be a 4-4 to be a great game to watch.
But when you said that was a great game, like what was it? Just because there was a lot more attacking going on?
There was a lot more attacking. You could see many more people on the pitch trying to take a risk.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that game, Luis Diaz missed good chances, but he still had a lot of stuff to show. Like the skills he made, the run he did with Rodri and Walker against him, and getting out of there, all that kind of stuff. Those are the things that people want to see. That's why the tickets are as expensive as they are. I'm not going to buy a ticket that costs over £100 to come and sit down and watch you guys do that. That's sad. But what to do? I guess Ateta had looked at it and gone, I'd rather take a point than lose this game.
Oh,
I think that's the baseline of it. He's gone, if we try to play expansive, these guys might kill us. And I'm looking at that and I'm going, these are the same teams that played at the Emirates. Now, it wasn't the most expansive game, but Arsenal won that game. And they didn't play the same style that they played in this second leg. So I look at that and I go, well, I guess all the criticism that Jose Mourinho received those years when he used to park the bus, is that unfair now? If some matches justify this tactic now, and I didn't hear anybody going, oh, Ateta is against football, he's negative, he's this, he's that. Everybody were like, oh, he did what he had to do. Somebody like El Cholo, Diego Simeone, who is kind of like this kind of coach. Mourinho, Diego Simeone, in some games they just go really defensive, and they got a lot of stick for that. And I'm like, is it now supposed to be? Is there a personality in that team that, okay, if this coach does it, it's fine. If this coach does it, it's not fine. So those are the thoughts that were in my head yesterday after watching the game, though. But nah, it wasn't fun. It wasn't a fun game to watch.
Well, I enjoyed it.
What else are you gonna say?
Look,
you're an Arsenal guy. You didn't lose. What do you expect?
Well, I wanted us to win.
Why not? Everybody wants to win every game. I wanted Chelsea to win against Burnley.
Yeah, but Chelsea is Chelsea right now. Like, it's not. There's no. You can't like say that. Like, in fact, if anything, you're going hoping to get a win so you can have a better day.
Well, I was hoping Chelsea would at least win.
Yeah.
So maybe they could get into the top half, I believe, if they had won. But no, let's stick to the guys who are fighting for something.
So, okay. Do you have any more thoughts? Is that it?
Those are my initial thoughts. Maybe as we talk through stuff during the game, I might
You'll have more.
Yeah. Let's just skip it.
Well, okay. The reason I say I enjoyed it is not because like we walked away with a point. That was probably not the. That was probably the least fun part about that. That like it ended in a point.
Yeah.
I think City are probably more frustrated that it was a
definitely
point than us.
Definitely.
But I think from an Arsenal point of view, it was a bit more of an encouraging performance. The thing is, okay, in the grand scheme of things, this was important.
Yeah, no doubt.
As a match,
for you guys, no doubt.
Yeah. I can see as a match, like, okay, there were no goals, blah blah blah. But from a performance perspective, I wouldn't call this parking the bus. I think this was more of a defensive approach for both teams.
The first half, my guy.
Yeah, I mean,
it was so obvious in the first half that it was just parking the bus.
Well, in the first half, like, I wouldn't call it parking the bus. City pretty much had us with our backs against the wall. Like, I wouldn't call that parking the bus. Parking the bus has been like, you've pretty much put your hands up and gone, we're just going to keep defending until,
Yeah, so we're going to keep defending. If we get an opportunity, we'll hit on the counter.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And that's what you guys did. We will sit back, try to suck up all the pressure, and if we get an out ball, we'll try to hit on the counter. Now, I think the game ended with you guys having 2 shots on target and City won. I think that's how it ended.
I think so.
Yeah, but it doesn't change the fact that at times in the game, possession was like 70-something, 20-something. Now, it is the Etihad Stadium. It is City at home. It is a Pep Guardiola team. But this is supposedly a Pep Guardiola team playing against a team led by Pep Guardiola disciple. I look at that and I go, well, I guess the situation determines the methods. So it is what it is. You guys did not lose.
No.
City did not win.
Yeah.
It's almost as you were, except for you guys and Liverpool, who have swapped places. And which is why I still say I think Liverpool will win the league. Because they rose to the first position on Easter Sunday.
Well, that's number one, that's a terrible joke.
Yeah.
Number two, we can't just I wouldn't call it like a Liverpool's gonna win it kind of thing at this point.
But there's still 8 more games, 7 more games, 9 more.
So there's enough games to
there is, and
for things to get shaken up again.
Just little points, just 1 point between first and second. 1 point or 2 points?
2 points.
2 points in first and second. 3 points between first and third. So everything can change again in 1 match week. So it's still really open, and that's great. Great for the Premier League, also for us as football lovers. Because many of the other leagues, I don't necessarily see this kind of a title is still going on. By many other leagues, I mean the supposed big 5 leagues in Europe. So, what to do? We'll take it. It.
The thing is, okay, when you say parking the bus, I see like a team that's like, okay, they know like nothing else is gonna work, so this is it. The thing against City is you have to be smart if you're gonna go in with a challenge, and you have to be confident that you're gonna win it.
So are you saying you guys were not smart and confident?
No, I think City are much faster
Mhm.
when it comes to those kind of opportunities. So let's say a player goes in, it doesn't work.
Mhm.
You're basically down a player at that point.
Mhm.
If you're playing against a team like City,
Mhm.
you're pretty much, you lost a player
Mhm.
at that point. And City have beaten one of your players, essentially.
Sure.
So I wouldn't call this parking the bus the way that, somebody like Mourinho would do.
Mhm.
And even I was listening to what's his name? Bernardo Silva's post match, and he's like, yeah, last time they came, they were like man to man, and City can play that quite easily. Like they can easily lose players, and then the next thing you know, they're attacking and almost about to score. And so you do need a kind of approach where it's like, okay, let's defend really, really well. Let's try not to give them any space to like. So if you saw, it was interesting. When Bernardo Silva had the ball, most of the players were inside, like in and around, what's it called, the 6-yard box, whatever it is. And then you had Guardiola, who was by himself. And I'm looking at that, I'm going, why is nobody covering that? And that was because Ben White could then easily make his way over there to try and like block him and stuff. But I think what it came down to, honestly, also from City's point of view, they had a couple of one key player who wasn't playing, and that was Kyle Walker. I feel like if they had Kyle Walker, they would have had a bit more pace and creativity. And they didn't have that.
Yeah.
For us, I think number one, I think the priority was to try and go and win. But I think the second priority was to not lose. And so it worked out in one aspect. And so yeah, I think that was important. The reason why people like Mourinho and other people get that reputation is because they use that a lot. Arsenal doesn't. Arsenal in the last few away games scored like 5-6 goals, like back to back, kind of.
Yeah, I feel like
so. Like it's not like it's not like a tactic they use all the time to go, okay, this is our approach. I will say this though, defensively, we have gotten so much more, like we've gotten so much better, and these guys are still young and they're continuing to get better. I mean, it's not easy to shut out Haaland. Like, it's not easy to be like, okay, that guy can like easily get through. He had one moment where like he had essentially beaten Saliba, and he was like, he was ready to basically score if he had the chance, but thankfully that was offside. But all that to say, I mean,
shout out to you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I think for our point of view, that shows maturity and performance a bit.
Because perspective, you can see it that way, yeah.
Because last season, the players would have easily like gone in for a challenge, lost it, and the next thing you know, it would be 3-4 players completely out of the picture, and City would be attacking.
It's what it is. It's what it is. I think I've seen some of the games where at full time, if Arsenal did not win and they did not lose, which means they drew the game, you could see the body language of the players. They feel disappointed and all of that. It feels like they have this, or Arteta is trying to instill this, every game is a must-win kind of thing. In that game, I didn't see it. I didn't see that body language of, oh, this was not. No, you could see all of them smiling and walking around. And
I didn't see anybody smiling.
Well, I didn't see them sad.
Well, it wasn't sad. Well, see, in the past, it was like very devastating.
Yeah, so
because we were trying to get to the Champions League, all of that sort of stuff.
Even recently. So I think in the game, there's a game you guys played. What game was that? I remember it later. There was a game where I think it was a 2-2 or something, and you could just see the body language of the players. It felt like they lost the game, but they didn't. It was a draw. All I'm saying is that this same game, I didn't see the same thing.
I think you would have seen it if we definitely lost.
Possibly, I guess.
I still saw it because, and even in some of the post-match stuff, maybe more the players than Mikel, but the players were not, happy. I think offensively we could have done a lot better than what we did with some of our chances. I think we gave the ball away quite a few times when we had some of those chances. But at the same time, there were also quite a few moments where I was like, oh man, if they had made that, like, we could have probably had a chance. Obviously City had much more clear chances that didn't, end up resulting in a goal.
It didn't materialize into anything. I think great game for you. For me, not so much of a great game. I also didn't really enjoy the officiating, to be honest.
Yeah,
there were some moments where I'm like, what's wrong with this Anthony Taylor guy?
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, they keep giving him the big games. It's not like I'm not here saying he's the worst and this guy is better, because I don't think this season the officiating. Now I don't know if this is a Howard Webb stuff. Since Howard Webb has become the boss as PGMOL and all of that, and I don't know Howard Webb so personally or stuff, but I just don't think it's been any great this season. I just saw some of the decisions the guy makes, some things that were clear yellow cards. He decided to not do anything. He was just, players couldn't talk to him. I'm like, what the heck is this? That guy's, there would be one more big game, he would still be chosen as the ref. VAR can't even talk to him. I don't know whether they see him as a senior colleague. I just don't understand.
I don't know. And then he gave Jesus a yellow for something so stupid.
The Jesus one, it's hard to deny because Jesus knew what he was doing. There was already a budget.
Still, like, there are so many other moments.
There's so many other moments.
And then that's the moment he decided yellow to take cards, the yellow
and I'm like, what's wrong with this guy?
No, I won't disagree with you. There were some moments where,
and I was watching that game as
yellow,
but I'm like, what's this guy doing? Yeah. That was just sad.
Yeah. Even from City's side, like, there were a couple of fouls where it didn't end up in anything.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it. The officiating, not so great. It feels like they know that no matter what happens, they will be defended. So they just go put the whistle in their mouth, blow when they feel like. The Newcastle West Ham game, there are some decisions there. I'm like, okay. But let's move.
We're done about this game, I guess. I think overall for Arsenal, great. Not great. A good point. For City, a point that they just have to take.
Yeah. They're still in it.
Title race is still on. Title race is still on. I would say, I guess let's talk about maybe the title race for a bit.
Yeah.
I think out of the three, Arsenal probably has the hardest fixtures.
I haven't spent time to study the fixtures that are left, but
yes. The City probably has the easiest one. Well, let's see how they do against Villa.
Oh yeah, they have Villa midweek.
I will say this: the City seem tired. Like, they seem like they're a little bit.
Never know. Possibly, you could be correct. But so do Villa.
I haven't seen Villa's matches, so
not necessarily how they play, but more of their early season push. There was a time they were second, and they could have gone first if they had won the game. Since that game, I think it was against Sheffield, where they played 1-1 or so. They didn't win that game. Since that game,
back and forth.
Yeah, so before they played their game against Wolves, which was a derby, they were fifth because Spurs had just won Luton. So because they had to win Wolves to get back into Champions League spots. So it looks like whatever it is that was really working out well for them at the start of the season, I don't know what it is, but I
think maybe injuries have something to do with it.
Could be, because I remember Oli Watkins didn't come back in for the second half in that game. So let's see how it goes.
Okay. And then, of course, you have Liverpool, who somehow win again.
They have a job to do. They know what their job is. Get your 3 points. They did that. Danny Welbeck.
Yeah.
Early goal. Great strike, I think.
Yeah.
Great strike at the ball. But Luis Diaz, Mo Salah, job done. 3 points. On to the next one.
Yep. I think I don't know who they play next, but
I'm not sure. But
they also have like quite a we say easy, but it's not really easy. But
I don't think they have. They haven't played Spurs.
Oh, they haven't?
No.
Oh,
They haven't
dang.
played.
Yeah, I don't think we have either. I think we
You
need
guys
to
also
say-
haven't played Spurs.
Yep. So,
I
so
think
for
I think
us,
all three teams haven't played Spurs.
really,
The second leg, I mean.
yeah.
I think City haven't played Spurs again. Liverpool haven't played Spurs since the goal that was what that never was.
Oh yeah, that'll pretty much be revenge.
Yeah.
So
And then you guys haven't played Spurs second leg.
so we have to play Spurs and United. So those will be some interesting matches. I think we can win them, but with where things are in the season, where Spurs are, and
Spurs have stuff to fight for.
yep,
United supposedly have stuff to fight for.
yep,
So those should be good games.
yep.
It should be good games. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see how the title race pans out as we keep going. Did you see the moment at the end of the City and Arsenal match where Pep went over to Grealish?
I
And
saw
he's
bits
like-
of that. Not sure what he was saying, but I'm like, okay, if you want to do this here, that's
I was like, why is he do? And also credit to Jack Grealish.
but
like,
that's not his first. That's not his first time he did. He likes to do that stuff.
I know, but like, okay, you do that. I can see you doing that after a loss,
Mm-hmm.
or if it's like a draw where like you had so many chances to like win.
Mhm.
Grealish, the poor guy, came on like 20 minutes to the game or something like that.
Doku came in
Like
at
he
the
didn't do that much, but so like, why is he? There's no point.
I guess the first player he sees, like, hey, you.
Yeah, what's wrong? And like, and I have to give credit to Jack Grealish. Like he was like calm about it. He's like, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Like he was classy about it. But still, like, man, like do it in the dressing room. Like don't
I don't mind.
you don't have to.
Used to my problems.
Anyway,
But as I said, this not,
drama. He likes
yeah,
drama.
it's not the first time I've seen Pep do stuff.
He likes
like that,
drama.
so, I don't know.
Somebody asked him like, what do you do against a low block? Strategies like, I don't know, kill someone, like play with 9 men. I don't know. Pep, I don't know. Pep's on a different planet sometimes. That's
Possibly,
what I
yeah.
feel like. He's
Possibly,
on a different
possibly.
planet. Anyway, so we're talking about City, Arsenal. We talked about Liverpool, Brighton. Newcastle versus West Ham was a very interesting match.
To me, that was the game of the weekend.
Yeah,
If we do a section like game of the weekend,
that was what.
that was it for me.
Yeah.
I saw that game.
Yep.
It was a great game to watch. I might have one or two issues with the officiating,
Mm-hmm.
but it was a great game to watch. It was it was the kind of game where you didn't want to take your eyes off it.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful thing to see. Newcastle go 1-up. Anthony Gordon penalty. But to see West Ham come back from 1-0 down to go 3-1 up
Yeah.
at St. James Park. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's great. The West Ham's second goal, a little controversy around it. But when they were 3-1 up, the away fans, the Hammers fans, started olaying the passes. So when they pass, like, ole.
At what point was that in the match?
This was 60 minutes. It was 50, 60 minutes. So number one,
That's too much.
you're away. Number two, it's a Premier League game. Number three, there's still enough time in the game.
Yeah.
And then the game turns on its head. Newcastle win it 4-3. Harvey Barnes, definitely named. I think his name should definitely be on the headlines. Harvey Barnes, 90th minute.
Yeah. No, he's a good player. I like him.
It was a great game. Can't say much more than that. As
Yep.
I keep saying, I think
Well,
the officiating-
We can't say much more than that because both those penalties were pretty. They were sus.
they were similar in the sense that not just that they were won by the same person, they were won in the same way.
So that is sus. That's the definition
True.
of sus.
True. True. Because I think the second one was more of an issue for me.
Yeah.
So the first one, he does what he does, which is he buys the foul, which is player is trying to go for the ball. He throws himself in between the player and the ball.
Mhm.
The player gets it. Cool. Okay. He does it again in the same game.
But that was a weird one. The
Yeah.
second one was much weird. Like the first one, 50-50. If
Yeah,
it wasn't
because
given,
he comes from
okay.
behind Phillips.
Yeah.
He doesn't try to play the ball.
No.
All he wants to do is just put his leg in between Phillips and the ball. And even on the replay or from the replay, you could see that it feels like Phillips actually kicks more off the pitch than Gordon.
Yep.
But Gordon rolls and flies and cries.
Well, he has no idea, right? Phillips has no idea.
Not the slightest.
Like, he probably doesn't even know
Not the
whose leg
slightest.
that was or what.
The ball is in front of him. He's trying to
He's
clear it
looking at
out.
the ball, yeah.
And then Gordon just does that. And the funny thing is, number one, the ref doesn't give it in real time.
Yeah, VAR.
VAR actually called the ref to go to the screen, and then they do whatever discussion they're having. So my first question is that a clear and obvious error?
Well, my first question is, what is a penalty at this point?
That's a good question. That is a very good question. Very good question, because I don't think that is clear and obvious.
No.
I don't think it is.
Mm-mm.
We see, especially because he's done it in the same game.
And what is clear and obvious about it? What is clear and obvious about it?
Maybe the idea is Phillips actually gets part of him. By gets part of him, like in his quest to kick the ball off, where he kicks the pitch, maybe part of his leg touches the guy. But
It's still like, yeah, this
Guy.
is like,
Phillips can't see him. He just comes from his. I'm like, nah. Also in the same game, first half, yes, Kudus goes on a beautiful run.
Mm-hmm.
Gets the ball, I think, just into the West Ham half. Goes on this run, beats the first guy, beats the second guy.
Mm-hmm.
Tries to beat Dan Burn. Pushes the ball ahead, and we know that Dan Burn is not as fast as Kudus. I don't need to be a Newcastle or West Ham player to know this. I don't need to be a ref to know this.
Yeah.
Dan Burn does not try in any way to play the ball, leans into Kudus. They both fall. The ref doesn't even give a foul.
Wow.
Now, if the ref gives a foul, I think he has to send Burn off. Because Dan Burn was the last man. He literally stopped a goal scoring opportunity. But I think his arguments could be, it was shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
But he was clear. He was not trying to play the ball. He was trying to get Kudus off the pitch. But not like injured. Just get him down. And I look at that and I go, that's shoulder to shoulder?
And then he scored, right after that moment.
Not from that passage of play. Not from that passage of play. Because Burn is the last guy. Kudus has done his run, gone through everybody. He's through on goal.
Yeah.
He just needs to run past Dan Burn. And Dan Burn just leans into him.
I don't know.
And they both fall. He actually falls on Kudus.
Oh my gosh.
The ref does not do nothing.
Wow.
And VAR doesn't tell him,
hey, you need to go
look at this.
Yeah.
So that is not clear and obvious enough.
Yeah. Dan Burn, man, he's a weird one, honestly.
That one is not clear and obvious enough, but the Anthony Gordon one is clear and obvious enough.
That one I don't quite honest. I'm still wrapping my head around it. But no, Dan Burn, like, I don't know what position he plays.
Sometimes he plays, I think he plays right back most of the time. In that game, what did he play? I think he played right back at some point. Newcastle had like men falling down like flies.
He's built like a center back, but somehow
so he moves into the center back position after Lascelles. So Jamal Lascelles starts the game, gets injured, is off. I know even Miguel Almiron came on as a second half substitute, got injured like 10 minutes after coming on, had to be subbed off.
Ooh.
There was like 4 of their players who got injured in that game.
Yeah.
About 4 of their players got injured in that game. Emil Kraft was sent on to replace Jamal Lascelles and was taken off in the second half.
Dang.
Bro, it was a crazy game. It was a crazy game. But it was a good game to watch. 4-3, 7-goal thriller. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
And Newcastle take the points.
Yeah, they do. They do. They could have issues with Kudus' goal because Cher was on the floor holding his face. But the argument is there was nothing in there.
Oh, that's the one I was asking about. You're talking about Dan Burn, but then there's a...
Yeah, so Kudus' goal, which is West Ham's second goal. Kudus has the ball. Cher is pulling him. And I think Kudus is throwing his hand towards the ref like, what are you not going to give me a foul or something? And when he does that, he just catches Cher in the face. Big man Cher falls on the ground. But West Ham take a quick free kick.
That's
and they score from it.
That's nothing. That's not controversial. That's nothing.
Well, according to them, it's controversial
No,
because
it's
it's a
not
head injury.
controversial.
He has his hand on his face, and
How's that a head
the
injury?
ref is just there. And I'm like,
No.
okay.
If the ref saw it clearly and didn't give anything, that tells you enough. That's it. Ref saw it and he's like, nope, that is a lie.
Yeah, what to do?
Anyway, Manchester United versus Brentford.
Oh yeah,
some interesting stuff right in the end, in stoppage time, essentially.
True though. First off, I think the fact that Brentford kept hitting the crossbar, I think that kind of a day is like, are we gonna get a goal?
Yeah.
So I think they hit the crossbar like 3 times, and then Mason gets his first goal for United. At least I think competitive goal.
That's his first goal?
I think so. I think his first goal.
Goodness, wow.
I know for certain that's his first Premier League goal.
For your Manchester United?
I know certain, yeah.
Wow.
I don't think he scored in the UCL. Well, they only played in the group stage. They're not even in the Europa. So.
And he's been injured for a while, right?
Yeah, he spent a lot of time on the sidelines. Yeah. So that was good for him. They get it 90 plus 6, 96 minutes.
You think they've won it?
You think so?
Yep.
But Brentford don't let them have it. They snatch it back 90 plus 9.
Probably rightfully so as well. I mean,
yeah, if any team deserve to go home with any point, it was Brentford.
Yep.
So if United had won that game, it would have been so sad for Brentford. Because I don't think they played poorly. I think they played well enough to deserve to get something out of the game. Yeah, but it is what it is. It's football.
Yeah. Anyway, those are some last minute goals. Let's talk about a different league.
Let's go.
The Bundesliga. Which is worth talking about, I guess.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is worth talking about. Because Leverkusen played on Saturday? Was it Saturday? I know Leverkusen played before Bayern did. Leverkusen came from 1 goal down to win 2-1. I think Schick got a last-minute winner. And then Bayern hosted Dortmund in the Klassiker, which has always been a great game for Bayern because in the last few seasons, sure 3 points for them. But Bayern hosts Dortmund, who have not won on Bayern in like 10 years.
Yeah.
And then they lose 2-0.
Was that when Klopp was there?
I think that was when Klopp. I could be wrong. But I think so, yeah, because Klopp has been in Liverpool for about 9 years now. Oh my goodness. So at about that time, yeah, possibly. Wow. So I think about that and I go, first off, to be honest, I wasn't expecting Dortmund to win. Because I thought Bayern would keep the pressure on, what's their name? Leverkusen. I saw a joke somewhere. I said, I don't know what Bayern is drinking. Not Bayern Munich, Bayern Leverkusen.
That's funny. That's good. That's a good one.
Yeah. So I expected Munich to come, we're trying to keep the pressure on Leverkusen, but to lose 2-0 in front of your home fans against a rival like that in a season that has not been so great, I don't think it's helpful. But the thing is, we already know that Tommy is leaving at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Which you are not sure that's a good idea of announcing it before the end of the season.
Yeah, no, I think that's kind of showing its kind of result or implications, because once you say that, like, the team's like, okay, new guy's going to come in. I think United had a similar situation, right? When they had
Ragnick.
Yeah. Remember that? And like, it's just like at that point, the team just kind of felt like they're kind of trying, but really they weren't trying. They were just waiting for this guy to move on and then the next guy to come in, And so I feel like that's where Bayern are now. And so that's why when Tuchel, I guess he came out and somebody asked him like, what do you think of the title race? He's like, yeah, after this it's over. Congratulations to Leverkusen. I think he said that. Congratulations to Leverkusen.
You can't blame him. They're 13 points off
Yeah.
with about 7 or 8 games to go.
Yeah, but you can't blame Bayern for doing that. I think that was not a smart move to be. Yeah, our relationship's gonna end after this, season. Like, just keep. Okay, if you know that, just keep it internal. Share it once with the players and the staff once it's
okay.
final.
So if you are not going to fire him in the moment, just keep quiet.
Yeah, just keep quiet.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like that's affected the rest of their season. And I mean, any form they could have developed is completely now out of the picture now. Now, I'm sure the players are just like, okay, let's just get through the next few weeks or months or whatever, or month, and let's figure it out once the new manager comes in, It's like, essentially, they're not going to try and, like, fight for anything.
They still have the UCL, though, and they play you guys.
Well, let's see.
Okay, I like that. Let's see. Well, I think it's definitely...
I actually forgot about that.
Yeah. They're still in the UCL.
Yeah.
And they play against you guys.
But let's see how that goes for them. That's for us.
Let's do, because this will be an anomaly for them. This will be like the first time in 11 years they haven't won the league. If it goes on. Only a miracle will bring Bayern back to the top. And I just feel like a whole lot, it's going to be just weird. Now, the thing is, you're not having another team win the Bundesliga that's even Dortmund. Because Dortmund don't seem to be in the title race this year. They're just trying to qualify for the UCL. You're going to have another team win the Bundesliga. That's Leverkusen. So I look at that and I go, yeah, it's an anomaly. In 11 years, a lot has happened. So,
well, apparently the last time Dortmund beat Bayern Munich, Harry Kane was on loan at Millwall or something.
A long time ago, bro. A long time.
And now he's there.
Long time ago. Because he's played under a lot of coaches at Spurs.
Yeah.
Even played on that team, Sherwood.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It's a long time.
Did he play under Harry Redknapp?
I think maybe it was Redknapp who loaned him out. I could be wrong. I could check. I could be wrong. I don't think he played he was definitely not a regular on that Redknapp. I think his career kind of got some, I could be wrong, but some airtime at about Village Boas.
No, was it?
Yeah,
okay.
I think so. I could be wrong. I need to check though. But it's also funny for Harry that what was supposed to be a short title. Because if you had won it 11 seasons in a row, and while he was coming, I think he would have just told himself, yeah, I'm going to win the Bundesliga. But not this season. Maybe next season.
I don't believe in this stuff, and maybe I should, but the curse is real, man.
No. He's going to win something.
I don't know, man.
What? He should win something.
Look, we all said that at the start of the season, but look at where things are now.
Let's see.
I don't know. It could be that next year he's like, you know what, I'm moving on to Barcelona.
What?
And then Bayern goes and wins like everything.
Why? Wait, Barcelona can't afford him.
I don't know. For some reason, that's the club that came to my
Barcelona
mind.
have Lewandowski. So.
They who they got from Bayern. So I guess that's why my mind went there.
I see.
Anyway, I don't know, man. I'm worried about Kane. I really am. I'm concerned he's not gonna win anything.
Well, there's the Euros. England can win the Euros.
Well, we said that the last time, and then Italy went and they did what they did.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
well, it's another opportunity to go again. Yeah. What we said the last time and this tournament is not the same. Come on, bro. Keep your hopes up.
I don't know, man.
Wait, why am I just hopeful?
You just want Kane to win something, which I do too, by the way. I think it would be.
Oh, maybe it's the England shirt.
Oh. I didn't even think about that.
I was not even considering that. It just crossed my mind. Maybe it's 12 the England. Is it the England company?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's why. It's the shirt. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Do you feel like you're a Euro winner?
No.
The shirt. Okay, that's. I don't know. Anyway, Bundesliga, Leverkusen, 13 points clear.
Yep.
Apparently, Xabi Alonso has decided to stay.
Yes.
I don't know whatever that means. there was all speculation. So
a whole lot of speculation. Because it's hard to do what he's doing at Leverkusen and not have rumors around you. Now, some of them could maybe not even be rumors. They are still unbeaten. I think we've said it so many times that people forget. They are still unbeaten.
Yeah, that's true.
They haven't lost a game all season. And this is not Real Madrid that's doing this. This is Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah.
This is a young manager. I think his experience before now is some B team coaching in Sociedad or Madrid or something. I can't remember. Then you have all the vacant seats in Europe. You know the Liverpool seat will be vacant. You know the Barca seat will be vacant. You know the Bayern seat will be vacant. He's already in the Bundesliga with Bayern. Bayern can see him firsthand what he's doing. Not just that they feel it. They're 13 points behind his team. They see it, they feel it, they know it, they touch it, they sleep with it. Then you have Liverpool, a team he used to play for, and all of that.
Yeah.
And then you have Barca. And I'm not saying his ties with Barca are any strong, but you can't take that away.
Out of those 3 teams, only 2 are something he would consider.
Yeah, I think Bayern.
Because he played for Real Madrid, so
yeah, I think Bayern.
I don't think he would consider.
Yeah, you never know though. You never know.
I don't know.
But at least the Bayern job and the Liverpool job, his name was always been thrown around those jobs. So I think it's really great. Although what I realized was Leverkusen actually gave him a deadline. So they said, by the time the international breaks are over, the international break, that's the one we just finished, is over, you need to let us know if you're going to leave or you're going to stay.
Okay. So, the season's not over yet.
It's not.
Right? What would they do with that information? Announce it? The same thing that Bayern did?
I think what they would do is they start looking for his replacement.
Oh.
So they start the process of looking at CVs, looking at options, and start talking to agents and go, is your guy available? All that kind of stuff. Yeah. So they need to start to do the groundwork now so that whoever is going to come in at least gets preseason with the team.
Yeah. I mean, look.
And that's nice. That's good planning. That's really good planning.
Yeah.
So I think by the time the publication went out where he did the whole, I'm staying at Leverkusen, we are doing something great here, I want to finish the season, hopefully we play in the UCL, all that stuff is because I think the guys, the board or the owners, the directors, whatever, at Leverkusen have told him, this is your deadline. We don't like all this news that we're seeing and hearing everywhere. We want the team, we're having a great season. We don't want anything that would unsettle the team. Because some guy could do some video next week and go, even if it's a lie, Xabi Alonso signs pre-contract with Liverpool.
Yeah.
And it turns the place upside down.
Well, and it also shows like they realize that they've worked quite hard to get where they are right now.
So what they have in their hand, they're trying to make sure that they take care of it.
Yeah.
So if you want to leave, let us know by this time so that we can end this season well and we can plan for the next. And that has happened. He's taking his time. He's thought through stuff. And he's told, even before the publication was released, I think even in the publication or so, he made it clear, I've also told my players, I'm staying.
Yeah.
So that means maybe in the dressing room, he's been causing some, like, is the coach going to stay? Is the gaffer going to go? Is he on all of that?
I think that's really good leadership as well, because you need people's, what's the word here? You need everybody on board.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you can't be like, I mean, I guess there's some teams you can take as an example, Manchester United, for instance. I'm not sure what the dressing room is like, but knowing kind of how, or seeing kind of how Ten Hag is, I don't imagine him to be that personal of a manager.
Yeah.
So like stuff like that probably wouldn't be. And I think Xabi Alonso being kind of like coming from more of a different culture, Spanish, Mikel is the same way. I think Pep is probably the same way, like they're a bit more involved. They're like, there's a bit more of like a
relationship,
an open communication, a relationship. And so, it could be a cultural thing, maybe not. But I think that's a good thing. And it's a good lesson in leadership, on how to like keep like communication and like.
I think another thing though is Leverkusen must have thought through the idea of if he leaves, it might not be the easiest thing to do to keep this same crop of players.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So
That's
Florian
a good point,
Wirtz is already getting a lot of, hey, that guy's a great player. He's a good this, this, that. For the German team, he and Musiala are being painted as the future of German football.
Mm-hmm.
You have Frimpong, you have Boniface, you have Grimaldo. When the coach who has brought them together and made them as a team or a unit leaves, the probability that they would also leave actually increases.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's one of the things Leverkusen were trying to do. I go, okay, if we are going to qualify for the UCL next season, which we are definitely going to do,
right?
Because we're top, we need these same players with this same quality. Now, they could sell Vets and some of the guys for good money.
Get somebody else.
But you have to go and look for somebody else.
Yeah.
And how sure are you that the folks you're bringing in will gel as well as the ones you have sold out? So all in all, I agree with you. I think it's great leadership. It's great planning and all of that. So shout out to Xabi and his team.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
You kind of want to have those same players playing football with each other for as long as they can.
Yeah,
you know, that's the improvement we're seeing at Arsenal year after year. Like, okay, this almost the same players are playing, you know, together, and so that creates that team chemistry, that understanding, and those teams just get better. So that's I think that and from that standpoint, it's good. I will say this though, I don't think that guarantees that they'll keep him for a long time.
I don't think so.
I think that's just gonna help them stay stable, at least until the end of this season, and then let's see how things progress.
I think the other thing is he also gives them a longer time to plan for his successor.
Yeah, that's if that is something,
I think so.
But I think there will definitely be offers that will come his way. Now it depends. Like,
I don't think he'll be at Leverkusen for the rest of his career.
Yeah, no, but like, you know, there's always that conversation of the project, you know, and so I don't know what the Leverkusen project is.
Well, right now the project is Keep Xabi Alonso.
Yeah,
and they've just done that. Keep him.
Yeah,
they've done that. So
he's been there how many years? 2 years?
I think 1.5 years. So he came.
Oh wow, okay.
Not at the start of last season. He came midway thereabouts into last season, and so this is his first full season. Yeah. So he's doing himself great.
Yep.
His CV at the end of this season, Bundesliga winner. No, great stuff. And I think they're in the DFB Pokal semi-final, I believe. They're also still in the Europa League.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. I mean, this year is in their hands pretty much. So
yeah,
they have the league title in their hands. I'm curious to see if things will change at all in the next season and how they will change if they do change.
They would definitely change at Bayern.
Well, yeah.
So let's see how much that change affects the groove in Leverkusen.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, that's Bundesliga and Leverkusen and Xabi Alonso. Let's talk about some other news.
Let's go.
I think last week there were the Euro qualifications.
Yes. So over the international break, they finalized. I think there were 3 more spots. So there were playoff games. Poland have qualified. Georgia have qualified, I think, for their first major tournament.
That was a big thing, I think.
To
talk about, because that's a
very huge
for
one.
them.
Very huge one. They won Greece on penalties. I actually saw the penalty shootout. Great. After that, the fans just poured into the stadium.
Oh, really?
I tell you, man.
Oh, man.
Poured into the stadium. I saw it. There were pictures of
emotional.
Even their goalie, I think, keeps the place of Valencia, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, the guy was so much love from the people. So much love from the people.
The player plays for Napoli, right?
Yeah. I still don't know how to pronounce his name.
With the K. Yeah.
Kravaskelia or something like that.
Yeah.
Kravas. I think that's
he's pretty good, though. He's pretty good, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's cool. He plays with my boy, Osimhen. So, yeah, he was also in that game. I think he got subbed off after he picked up a minor injury. But the final spots went to Ukraine, with Mikhailo Modric scoring the winner against Iceland.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was Mickey. So that's set now. All the teams that are going to the Euros know themselves.
There you go.
We wait till the tournament starts in June, I believe. Yeah, June.
Okay, let's see if we can learn how to pronounce his name.
Okay.
This is phonetically. I'm going off of what I'm seeing here,
Okay.
so I'm going to say it phonetically.
Go ahead.
But I'm pretty sure I will get it wrong. Okay.
Most likely. It's not an English word anyway.
It isn't. It's, what is it? Is Georgian a language?
He's Georgian.
Is it that language, Georgian? Or
I don't know.
Anyway,
possibly.
We don't know much about the world. Kvicha. I don't know how this.
Kvicha, okay.
Kvicha. Okay, let's see if I can get it right. Kvaratskhelia. Kvarats. So it's Kvaratskhelia.
Nice try, bro.
It's quite long.
Nice try.
We just call him KK. But I don't know. Kvicha Kvaratskhelia. I want to hear. I don't watch a lot of Serie A games, but I should watch Napoli games just to hear the commentators going.
You should.
By the time they call his name, he scored already. He scored, celebrated, and it's back on the halfway line and ready to kick off again.
Great stuff.
Anyway, but yeah, exciting for Georgia. Cool thing.
Yep. Exciting.
I don't think there's other major exciting things that happen in terms of the qualifications. Well, depends, I guess.
To my knowledge, I would say it depends on where loyalties lie anyway. So.
I guess so. I mean, for me, just hearing that was their first time, I think,
it's
a pretty cool thing. Yeah,
first time.
It's a cool thing. So shout out to them, and hopefully they go far.
Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
Anyway, that's gonna be in the summer, I think in June. So that'll be an exciting tournament.
Yes.
In other news,
tell us.
This is not so good news.
Oh.
But it's related to football.
Okay.
That's why we should probably talk about it. But Angel Di Maria, as you know, is kind of like nearing maybe the end of his career. I don't know how much time he has. But he has received, his family has received death threats in regards to him possibly coming back to his hometown, Rosario, however you say it. But he played for Rosario Central, I think.
Yeah, that's his boyhood club.
That's his boyhood club. And so he's getting death threats. Now, the death threats, I have no idea where they're coming from. But it's to warn him not to come back. I don't know why, but it's such a shame that exists, that kind of stuff. Like, I mean, the guy probably just wants to end his career on remembering the early days
and emotional stuff.
And most players do that.
Yeah, I think at that point in time, you're no longer playing for money.
No,
you've made enough money.
Yeah.
And you feel it that your body is telling you we can't do this as much as we have been doing,
right,
at the intensity at which we have been doing it,
right.
So you look at that and you go, to call it quits, to hang the boots, to draw the curtain, let's just go where it started. Now, to see that his family in Argentina receiving death threats because there's a tendency that he could come back to play for his boyhood club, it's just sad.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
Not just in football. In life, people should not be in situations like this.
No.
Because right now he's in Benfica,
playing
for Benfica in Portugal. And his heart is definitely back home with his family.
Sure,
So, yes, it is a football thing. We will talk about it. But this is life.
Yeah.
This is life. We should just treat each other with dignity and honor and respect and stuff. So if he signs for this club, now the funny thing is, we can't actually say accurately where the threats are coming from.
Yeah.
Is it from the fans of this same boyhood club, as far as saying, if you're coming back, don't sign for any other club again except us? Could it be from the fans of now. I'm just using fans because I don't know. It could be some mafia, whatever.
Yeah. A few people have been arrested
That's a good
as
sign.
suspects, but
That's a good sign.
yeah,
It's
it's
from the rival guys who are saying, "Don't come back because we know you're going to play for these guys."
yeah,
And when you do that, that leaves little to no competition for us. I have no idea.
yeah,
So we definitely want to wait and see the result of the investigations and all of that. But it's just sad.
yeah. Regardless, it's not
It's not good.
it's not a good thing, and it's yeah, it's sad. I think that's probably the best word to describe it.
We shouldn't have that.
Yeah, but hope and pray his family is okay and safe, and yeah, I hope he can end his career in a way that he feels he feels is the best way to end. He's had a great career. He's played for.
He's won the World Cup.
He's won the He's won pretty much everything.
So what else?
Yeah,
he should end how he wants to end.
Yeah, and hopefully he does.
I hope so too.
Anyway, on that note, I think that's pretty much it.
Great day.
That's a good day at the office for you and I.
Yes, sir. Well, more for you than for me. Because over the weekend, our teams both got 1 point each, but yours was a more, for lack of a better word, honorable point compared to Chelsea's point at home against 10 men to the team second from bottom.
Shows you where things are at the moment.
I do not deny that. I accept it.
Well, hopefully things will change.
Next season, maybe.
Next season, or maybe next weekend when you guys play Manchester United.
Is that
or
weekend
it's in the midweek, actually.
Well, United are also fighting for stuff. So
I know.
I don't think we are going to win United. We can't even win Burnley at home, bro. We can't even win Burnley at home.
But this is United, man. It's history. There has to be some motivation.
Well, there's Onana in the post. It's not easy to score against that guy.
Yes, it is.
Brentford could only score one.
Fair. That's okay. I know I give Onana a lot of crap, but let's see. I think that'll still be an exciting match.
I think it is what it is. I'm still going to watch the game.
It's football. It's entertainment.
I'm still going to watch the game. Although I'm like, yeah, Chelsea playing crap and all. I'm still going to watch the game. Yeah.
Another match that's happening though. That's maybe, I don't know if we should consider it that important, but City host Villa.
I think you should.
Villa could upset them.
Villa are fourth, City are third, so it's third v fourth.
Yeah. Wait, Villa are fourth?
Yeah.
Dang, I keep forgetting.
So I think
fourth or fifth.
After winning against Wolves,
I don't look below third anymore. At least at the moment. I don't say that in a prideful way. I really don't. But like, I just have not been looking at who's. I don't say that.
I'm trying to say something, but I think it's wiser for me to keep quiet. It's all right. Let's bring it to an end. Let's bring the show to an end.
No, but what you're saying about City and Villa.
Yeah, I think third v fourth is it's a great game to watch.
Yeah.
Not just because of the two teams involved, but because of the positions in the table. So when third v fourth play, I don't know what the point difference between them is though. Can't remember. But it is still a big game in the sense that I expect City to go guns blazing. They need to win because they're third now. If they want to stay in the title race and win the league, every game is a final for them.
Yeah.
Because if the guys above you drop points and you don't take points, you stay where you are.
The point difference is 5 points.
Yeah, so even if City lose that game, they still remain third, but they lose grip on the two guys above them. So it's still a great game to watch. But Villa know that Spurs are hot on their heels. So I think Spurs are fifth, just behind Villa. And I don't think the point difference is that much.
3 points.
I think Spurs do have a game in hand.
They do.
Yes. So Villa know that Spurs are definitely on their heels. So they need to do stuff. So I still think it's going to be a good game. Does that mean Villa will win? I don't know.
This is interesting, though. I'm looking at this now. And this is very fascinating. I feel like if any team has the most pressure, it's Manchester City because of where they are in the table. Because below them, the teams that are there, they're gonna have to play these. Well, they're playing Villa, and then they're gonna play Spurs. And if they essentially, let's just hypothetically say they lose both of those matches, like they could easily be overtaken, and they don't want that.
No, they don't.
So they definitely want to be going up. But then, like there is that pressure that exists. Normally, I feel like at this point in the season, City's usually at a point where they're like, okay, a few more matches and the title's ours kind of.
Yeah, they can't say that.
That's not this season. So this is very fascinating to see where they are. Yeah. But anyway, that'll be, I guess, a good game. Unai Emery, it's time to show where your loyalties lie. So
leave the guy out of your stuff.
Once a gunner, always a gunner. I don't say that when he beats us. I say that now. I'm joking, but seriously though, let's make it a good evening. On that note, though, I think that's from us.
That's enough.
That's enough from us today. That's enough from us today at What the Football. We will see you next time, whenever that is, and like and subscribe, I guess. If you feel so inclined, you should feel so inclined to like and subscribe and share with your friends, and tell us, what you thought about the weekend and the matches and how you feel about the title race and all that fun stuff. But anyway, that's it.
Sir.
That's it from us. See you next time.